So when it comes to reality, we need to stop living in reality. We need to start living in our own reality, your reality. Because it's subjective to know whose reality is right and wrong, right? There's no real right answer. No one knows the answers to everything. Okay, everyone can just suggest based off their experiences and what feels right to them. And what I've found over the years, especially growing up, that a lot of us allow our visions and our realities to be, our vision to be distorted, really, because our vision becomes our reality. But it becomes distorted due to the fact that we listen to other people that we seek validation from because maybe we respect them, maybe we feel the fact that they know more than us. But in reality, you know more than anything about yourself than anyone else because you're with yourself 24/7, 365. You have enough data built in to understand how you operate as a person based off your experiences, right? And so we do this though in terms of seeking this validation because we're not confident in ourselves. And I experienced this for a very long time where growing up, I felt like I needed my friends to let me know if my decisions were right. Even with my parents, I felt like that they always know the best for me, right? And to a certain degree, there's certain aspects maybe they know better, but for the most part, as you become older, you become an adult, you start to understand that the worlds are different from where, maybe your parents grew up in versus where you are today. And where in your world versus like how your friends grew up, right? It's all different. So because of that, I want you to understand that the vision that you create in your mind is what actually happens in the universe, right? Like you want your reality to catch up to your vision and not you catching up to reality. And the reason why I say it this way is because you're going to consistently keep trying to catch up to reality if you allow outside influences to distort your vision. The way I look at it is like you're watching a movie and that's, with a movie, there's a projector playing. So you're seeing the screen. And if it's a great movie, you're very invested into the characters, to the storyline. If it's a Batman movie and you see the Joker, you don't want to see him win, right? Like emotionally that strikes you. Seeing him, I kind of forgot the movie in general, but in terms of just, you don't want to see him winning, he's a bad character, you want to see him fail, right? Batman, when he comes to Gotham City and he saves the day, that makes you feel good internally, right? You want to see him win, you want to see those good things happen. So it's the same thing with our minds. Like you want to envision the life that you want to live, right? Let's say you want to become a musician. You see yourself, maybe you vision yourself on stage, performing in front of like thousands and 10,000s and maybe even millions of people at a certain point, right? You don't want to tell that vision to someone else and to tell them, hey, that's not possible. Like you don't have the talent, you don't listen to that, la, 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 right? Like that makes you feel worse. That distorts your vision. So what I'm saying here is that like, just stick to what feels right to you. Because typically when we don't stick with our gut, that's when things go wrong. And I've experienced this many times, even as simple as taking a test and, choosing one answer and then second guessing and thinking, something else is right. And then 9 times out of 10, I was right the first time, right? It's the same thing with just making decisions in life. And because of that, I want to say that because we seek that validation, I want you to get over that. But there is a distinction between seeking validation and someone providing constructive criticism or trying to help benefit your life. And I think this is where a lot of people struggle because there is this one lane that I can see where it's like, no, like I know what's best for me. I know what I need to do. I don't need to listen to anyone else, right? And to an extent, that's important. But I've also found it very valuable to listen to people that genuinely want the best for you. And you have to understand for yourself, is that what's best for me? Okay? Because there are times where you may not be aware of something, right? Let's say you're a little naive to understanding if you want to be a musician, what it actually takes, right? Maybe you need to like get a vocalist. Maybe you need to, there's like certain ways to practice enunciating your words better. And you have friends that maybe have either like heard you like, perform before, or they've had experience with music before, and they're trying to give you advice like, hey, like I see what you're trying to do, but you kind of need to make sure you also include this into your repertoire, or into your, not repertoire, sorry, but your learning to get better as a musician, right? And so if you just shut that off, like you're only going to hurt your vision, right? Like you need to be able to understand the distinction of when to listen to other people and when not to. And it still goes back to your gut feeling, right? Like I 100% believe that when you go with your gut, things tend to work out because there's a reason why you have that feeling. And by listening to other people's constructive criticism, there's probably a reason for that. You know, maybe you do feel better. So I want to say all that to say that just stick to what your line of sight is and make sure that you continuously realize that reality is going to catch up to your vision and not the other way around. And you'll notice your life continue to increase exponentially because of it. Like I've seen tons of growth in myself this year when I started to realize, you know, there's a lot of things that I did last year and years prior that were detrimental to my life. And a lot of it was because of influence from other people telling me, you know, because you kind of want to stick with societal norms because it's a little more comfortable, right? But if you think about something enough, right, something's consistently in your mind, that's the vision, that's the world that you need to create in reality, right? Not the nonsense that comes with outside influences of what they feel like is best for you. And it takes a level of confidence to get there, like I mentioned. And the way you build that confidence to be able to stick to your vision, understanding maybe when to listen to someone else versus when not to, is by doing the work. Like whatever that vision is to you, just start. And sometimes your mind may turn you off like, this may be too much. This is too challenging. But your body and mind are connected. Your body, mind, and brain are all connected. But when you sit down and you are at your desk and you just turn on your laptop and you start learning whatever it is that you're trying to learn, your mind will adjust to that and feel better because of it. Your mind will thank your body, like, thank you for moving over to the desk and start getting to work, right? It's the same thing like when you work out and you're not feeling it when you're going to the gym, but you force yourself to work out anyway. You feel better every single time, right? So it's that same concept, and that's how you build that confidence. That's how you continuously keep doing that when you realize how your body, mind, and brain work together as well. So I want to help you guys out here to understand that, hey man, this is a long journey that we're trying to play. And if you want to become a pioneer, this is the mentality you have to have. The puppets are the ones that allow people to distort their minds from other people, right? Their sense of reality. They allow that to happen from other people. And that's why they get stuck. That's why they don't. There's a lot of people, even that I work with today, that are in their late 60s and they just wish, they always tell me, man, I wish I took that opportunity. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. I want to help avoid that for all of you that are watching this, that we're still young, that you can do whatever you want. You just have to understand that you got to believe in yourself more than anybody else. And the only way to do that is to live in your own reality. So I hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, share with a friend that needs to hear this, that has a hard time just sticking to their vision. You know, it's challenging, and I've had a hard time doing that for a long time, but you just stick with it, man. You stick with it. You believe the thoughts that keep coming in your mind, the things that you really want that feel right. There's a reason for that. And you just stay with it. Don't worry about when things are going to happen. That will happen. And, you know, we're going to succeed. You know, I want to see everyone become pioneers. So I hope you guys love this video. Comment what you think as well, and I'll see you on the next one.